All right, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create window families in Revit. So we created the door families so far, and we placed them in our project as well. And now we're going to create our window families. Let me quickly switch to the wireframe mode so you can see our window openings. So you can create a very simple window family and we'll place it in our project. Let me switch on the highlight for my mouse. All right, so to create a window family, let's go to File, New, and click on Family. And let's select metric window this time. So let's go all the way down and we can have our metric window family. So let's select this and let's click on Open. Perfect. So let's start off with the basics. We need our bare bones, which is our reference planes and our dimensions. We have some parameters here, which is the width, height, the rough width, and the rough height. So the first step is I would change the width to the rough width. And let's go to the exterior side and let's change the height to the rough height. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some new reference planes. So I'm going to go to my object styles. And in my annotation objects, I'm going to create a new reference plane here. So this is a reference plane and new. And let's make this red. The line pattern can be an aligning line. So let's tap RP and start creating our reference planes. So we're going to create two shutter window with two shutters. So we need a reference plane on the left and right. So let's also rename or change the subcategory to reference plane new. Also, when you're creating the reference plane, you can change the category and then create the reference plane. So you do not have to always keep changing the reference subcategory. Perfect. So I have a frame here, I have a frame here, and I have a frame in the middle. I'm going to increase the size of a rough width here. So I'm going to go to my family types. I'm going to change the rough width to say 1500. Yeah, that would make more sense. Let's add some dimensions. So DI, which is the shortcut for dimension. And let's create some dimensions this way. Let's select these two dimensions. And let's call this the frame width. It's going to be a type parameter. So this is our frame width. Similarly, here is a frame width as well. But this time, what you need to do is you need to first create a dimension from the left to the middle to the right. And then click on the equal symbol here to make it equal. And then from the left all the way to the right, you need to create the frame width dimension. So select the dimension. Also, you can notice our dimensions are a bit too big here. So if you want to make it smaller, simply reduce the scale of your working window. So if you make it 1:5, then you can see that it becomes smaller. So I'm going to select this and make this a frame width as well. Now, frame width 329 is a bit too much. Generally for Windows, we can have a frame width of about 75 or even 50 works. Perfect. Now let's go to the exterior view and let's create two reference planes here as well on the top and on the bottom. Now this can be from the top to the bottom. Always go from the strong reference plane to the weak reference plane. It's also a good idea to change the subcategory of these two reference planes here. Perfect. So now we can create our frame. We're going to keep it simple for now. I'll show you how to create a more advanced frame later. So now we can use the extrusion command and create our frame. So let's go to create, click on extrusion, use the pick lines tool, and then start picking your lines. So I have to pick the exterior reference lines first and then the interior reference lines, or the reference planes that is, and then these two reference planes here. Now what I would also suggest is that we've so far learned about the move tool, the copy tool, align tool, and the mirror tool. There's a very useful tool called the split command tool, which is SL. So click on split element or SL. And then let's split the line here and let's split the line here. So we split the line and now let's use the trim tool. So TR, and I'm going to trim these lines. So I've trimmed the inner lines and now I'm going to trim the outer lines. Perfect. And now let's finish edit mode. Now let's quickly switch to our floor plan. And now we need to give the size of our frame. Now what I would recommend is that you create a separate reference plane here so that you can control the offset of your frame from the wall edge, for example, if you'd like to control the offset from the interior side, then what you would need to do is, let me just quickly hide this wall because I would like to see where the reference planes are. So I'm going to create a reference plane here, and this is going to be the sill offset. And then we can give our frame thickness as well. So let me create a reference plane here. This is also a new reference plane. We can copy this reference plane on top. Perfect. Now what you need to do is you need to create dimension from our reference plane here, which is our strong reference plane, to our weak reference plane. And let's call this our sill offset. So this can also be a type. Or for instance, in this case, I'll show you the difference between type and instance. I'll give you a few examples throughout this course, starting with this one. So I'm going to use instance only for this option for the sill offset and click on OK. So I can control the sill offset for each window. I'll show you how that works in our project. And this would be our frame thickness or frame depth. So let me select this dimension and call this the frame depth. So that can be a type parameter. Now we need to lock this frame with our new reference planes at the bottom and at the top. Perfect. So now you can notice that when I go to my family types, we have our sill offset here. So you can control the offset of your frame from the edge of the wall. So if I give a sill offset of 0, then it stays flush with the wall. If I give a sill offset of 50, then it is offset 50 mm from the wall, and so on, or 2 inches and so on. All right, now let me just go to the 3D view quickly just to see how this looks. Perfect. So we created our frame. Now let's go back to our flow level. Now we need to create the shutters for these windows. So generally the shutters, I would like to place it in the midpoint here. So what you can do is you can create some new reference planes just for the shutters. And I'm going to tap in RP and create a new reference plane here. And let's call this reference plane new. And I would like this reference plane to be right in the middle of these two reference planes here. So make sure to create a dimension from the bottom all the way to the top, connecting this middle reference plane, and then click on the equal symbol here. Perfect. So now you can see that it stays right in the middle. Now this is where I will place my shutter frame and then the shutter glass. So I'm going to draw 2 more reference planes here. So this is one on top and one below this reference plane. And I can call these 2. I can also rename, I can also change the subcategory for these 2. Now, if there are too many reference planes, it's a good idea to add an additional colors. So let me just go to object styles, annotation objects, and let me create a new reference plane. So this is called reference plane shutter, for example. Only for the shutters, I would be using this reference plane. I can make it, let's say, for example, dark green. Let's call this aligning line. And let's change these here to reference plane shutter. Okay, so dark green doesn't make sense. Let me just use another color. Maybe let's go with pink, for example. Yeah, pink makes more sense here. Perfect. So now what we need to do is create some additional dimensions. So this would be the frame thickness. So we've already made the center line equal. Now we need to make these lines equal as well, so that it stays right in the middle. And this would be our frame thickness. And not frame thickness, this would be a shutter frame thickness. That would make more sense here. So this is our shutter frame thickness. And let's go to our exterior view here. And now what you can do is you can either create the shutters here in this family, or you can create it as a nested family and bring it in. I would recommend that you make it as a nested family so that you can also switch between different shutters. So let me create a new family. or let me do that in the next video. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.